On Salaam Radio 106.2 FM. Thank you so much for joining us. It's nice to be back. Nice to be back in the office, or even in the studio, rather. But with just me, myself, and I today. I am waiting for some co-hosts, and I think one has just wandered in. So very, very nice of you to join us, Sadat Akram.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Walaikum salam.
Sorry, I'm late.
Just the two of us today. No Rashid Ansari. He's got errands to run.
Who?
Errands to run. Rashid Ansari. So he won't be joining in today. So it's just the two of us, and I'm sure Ali will be taking part. The studio manager is going to be giving us a thumbs up and occasionally dropping some texts on our screen for us to read out. Thank you for joining us. Not much going on in the world of sport nowadays, is it? There's not much going on. Nothing much.
T20 World Cup's back on. We're back on.
That is crazy. So obviously we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Cricket World Cup and what's going on with that. We're also going to be talking about the football, lots and lots of games on. And we're breaking soon for the World Cup, isn't it? When are we breaking? Do you know?
One more game off this,
is it? One more game after this? So is that midweek or end? It might be
midweek. Midweek.
And then the World Cup starts on Friday, does it? Right, you need to find out the start of the World Cup date. Let's find out when the World Cup starts. If anybody knows, let us know on Facebook, because we are Facebook Live. Anything else you wanted to talk about today, Mr. Sadat?
Well, we had the grassroots football, the respect. How did you find that? I don't know if you went to boys' games being silent. The coaches had to be silent.
This weekend?
Yeah, this weekend. The Saturday,
our game was so silent because our opposition didn't even turn up. Yeah, they did. Our opposition didn't even turn up. So
I just want to know how you felt. Well, obviously, I don't know if you saw any of the games then where it was observed, the respect.
Yeah, no,
it was weird.
Yeah, I mean, silence is for me. Silence is a bit too much.
So you can only applaud.
Yeah, you can only applaud, only clapping. An absence of clapping means you're very, very disappointed. But
I was doing the jumping up and down and
silent jumping up and down.
Just going, what going on?
So yeah, it's an interesting one. What did you think? What did you think?
It was weird. I said on the younger groups, the under 8s and under 9s, I saw yesterday on Saturday. You got to see the kids, obviously without the coach directing them, come back, do this, that, and the other, were more free for all in the sense enjoying it because they don't have to run back for the wrong reasons. Could you say can I say that for the wrong reasons they were enjoying it? They were just enjoying it because the coach didn't tell them to come back, so they thought, I'm not going back to defend.
Oh, so
you see what I mean?
So wait, so even the coach couldn't coach?
Yeah, the coach could only applaud as well.
Oh, you know what? I couldn't do that.
I couldn't do that. No. So I found it difficult today myself because I was running the line, so I was applauding. I was trying to wave the flag to attempt to get in line. My defenders and the referee's going, "Well, you waving flag?" And I'm like, "Sorry."
I'm trying to coach silently.
Silently coach, with the flag. So it was weird. I think I can understand it from the parents' point of view, the supporters, to come over to them to just applaud. I think the coaches should have been allowed. Not that it was optional. I think the idea shouldn't have included the coaches not coaching. I think it should have been only encouragement coming from the coaches, maybe, if they were going to say something, okay, you can only use words of encouragement rather than sort of like saying, oh, why aren't you getting back, get back. There's a well done, unlucky, next time.
Yeah, I think I get what they're trying to do. What they're trying to do is they're trying to foster an environment where children are not put under any pressure from either the coaches or the parents. But genuinely, I know it might sound like a little biased from me, but I feel like coaches on the whole don't put their kids under pressure. They might demand from them, they might shout at them, they might encourage them, they might talk to them throughout the game, but I feel like that's part of the learning process for kids.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes, absolutely. See, when you say that, I'm thinking of what I normally say on the sidelines, and yes, it is quite encouraging and stuff. The odd times when they make decisions, they say, "Come on, think about it." So it's still encouraging.
Have you been in a
the
position
tones, but slightly changed, isn't it? When you're disappointed, you can feel it when you shout, "But come on, why'd you do that?"
And the kids are very sensitive to changes in tone.
Yes.
But I was going to say, you must be on the sideline, and let's say you're playing right to left, and you're on the sideline. You can see your left back and you can see your left midfielder, and you could probably just about see your centre midfielder, and you can talk to them during the game.
Yep.
If the guy who's playing right midfield is having a mare, you must occasionally switch them on flanks, right? So he can be closer to you, so you can talk to him a little bit more.
Yeah. So even before the start of the game, that one player needs more coaching, shall we say, than the other player.
Yeah.
So you keep him closer to you.
So it's a bit like, Mourinho when he said about Shaw.
Yeah,
he said,
absolutely.
yeah, of course he had a good game because he was on my side.
Yeah, I was in his ear. I was in his head, rent free.
No, rent free. That was
Corbyn said that this week, didn't he?
Corbyn said that about Rishi Sunak.
Yeah, I'm in his head, rent free.
Yeah, I did think that rang a bell with me. Why does that make sense? Yeah. So on the whole, then, do you think definitely worth trying out? As far as
yeah, absolutely. I think you try these things out. If it works, it's good. If it doesn't, okay, I won't say back to the drawing board or even adjust it a bit. I think this
what do you mean by
was
works?
good.
Like, I don't think there was an objective other than maybe just making a point to parents.
We had one team today where the coaches were after our game. I went over across. I think it was it's Ali's team. So is that under 11s?
Which Ali's team?
Shaq and
Shaq and Ilyas. Yeah, under 11s. Yeah.
So they're under 11s, yeah. They were vocal, both sets.
Of fans and...
Both sets of coaches.
Okay.
Fans, actually, funny enough, they weren't.
They respected it.
They were, yeah. So when I came over there, I said, what's going on? He said, oh, no, we're both doing it. We're doing it, yeah.
And were the referees asked to
Now, that's the point.
It?
I wasn't sure if the referees were... I mean, Mohib, who refereed the game yesterday, he got the message, so yeah, just to be aware. But I don't know if it was optional.
Okay.
If it was when the messages went out, it says optional. But obviously, as a club, as FC Pro, we said we will do this. So yeah, we went down that road. But then the game, like I said, I went to where Shaq and Ilyas were coaching.
Yeah.
It got a bit between the coaches, so it was like, okay, so I can understand why, but that can happen anyway.
Yeah.
Sort of
So I mean, this is the one thing that really irks me sometimes. Like, I have my own demeanor on the sideline, and I coach my kids the way I coach them. But if the opposition coach says something that I don't like, or if he riles his kids up the wrong way,
yes,
or if he demands something like, be more aggressive and don't let them do that, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, smash it.
Yeah, smash them. Next time he comes through, you just smash
it, go through.
Things like that. When you hear that, then it actually does rile you up, and it rattles you a bit. And then my coaching for my kids changes, my demeanor changes, and my kids sense it. And then they go mad.
Absolutely. So the kids in this particular, again, nail on the head there. The kids obviously sensed it. There was arguments between the coaching staffs.
Yeah.
They were saying, well, you've got a few players, a few extra coaches here. And I said, look, then I walked over, being the welfare. So they've got 3 coaches. The other coaches that were standing were for the next pitch. So because we've got pitch side to side.
Oh, okay.
And they were just doing drills and stuff.
Yeah.
But obviously,
it was our guys, wasn't it? Because
we were at home.
Game cancellation.
Yeah. Your group. So they were playing, I think, 6 versus 6 amongst themselves, just having a good kickabout. So I said to them, look, they're on that side, and I said, to be honest with you, both coaches, I wasn't here at the start of it, and if you had a discussion, but you lot shouldn't be talking, it should be applause week, it's respect week, and obviously I put my foot down.
Pulled out the old authority badge. Yeah?
But obviously, because they walked over towards Shaq and Ilyas, and there was decisions of their linesmen with a few dodgy decisions, shall we say, at least, and then it went through the players. So every time it was 0-0 at half time, but then obviously FC Peterborough scored 1-0, so the kids jeered up extra than they normally do. Obviously, you cheer for you win, but obviously they were making a point of it, and then it was 2-0, 3-0, and 4. I think it was 4-0 at the end.
Okay.
And then when we went, obviously at the end of the game, the kids just came on the pitch and they jeered, and you can tell that's not their normal reaction. Yes, they're happy to win, but to go and say, "Yeah, come on," so much
is to wind up the opposition.
Because of what's gone on between the coaches, which isn't great. But it's understandable from why the kids would do it, because they picked it up from the coaches.
Raheel Sagir is watching. Raheel, you were managing your boys yesterday. How did you think it went with the whole?
Wasn't he that lines? He's normally a linesman, isn't he, Raheel? He's that one, isn't it? Does the first team linesman?
You mean that one?
He's shocking. Raheel's shocking. Right?
Raheel's amazing, man. What's wrong with you? No.
Shocking. If there's one person slower than me.
Raheel manages the under-9s, and he's doing a fantastic job.
He's doing a job with the under-9s. It's the linesman.
Yeah, forget the linesman. How did it go with your under-9s yesterday? Did you observe? Raheel couldn't have observed.
No way.
Never. Just just for this weekend, Raheel Sagir's learned British Sign Language, and he's taught all his kids as well, and he's giving it all the hand signals. Brilliant, Raheel. Yeah, text in and let us know. In fact, call in if you fancy it. We are taking calls today, so if you have anything to say, please feel free to call in. The phone number is 01733 602 133. That's 01733 602 133. Talk about anything sports related. I expect a few people might be calling you about the cricket. Something's going on about the cricket. Oh, one thing I wanted to ask you about that, actually, because I'm not well versed in
he's going to ask me a technical
Pakistani society and my understanding of the Pakistani accent isn't great sometimes because I'm a bit of a coconut.
Kia?
Yeah. But what does it mean for the Netherlands to be in the bag?
In the bag?
Yeah. What does that mean? For the Netherlands to be in the bag?
I don't know. That's not
Because
even an Asian
apparently
thing.
all over Pakistan today, there were people out on the streets shouting, Netherlands in the bag, Netherlands in the bag.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I think you probably misheard. They're probably shouting something else out.
Like Zindabad.
Yeah, Zindabad. In the bag, Zindabad. I can see where you get that confused.
Yeah. So yeah, they were on the streets celebrating the Netherlands win, and they were saying Netherlands in the bag.
Oh, so is this in Pakistan then?
It's
No,
all
they
over
were
Pakistan,
shouting,
yeah,
I
yeah,
missed it. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting it. I thought, Pakistan's World Cup for us concerned was over.
So, I mean, India lost to South Africa, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
They
was
should know.
which
They
was
should know. It was a
obviously
bit-
the social media and everyone around was saying after about I think 3 or maybe even 4 drop catches by India, they're saying they're doing it on purpose. So Pakistan
because India don't drop catches, do they?
yeah,
They never drop
and there
a
were
Pakistani
smiles
catch.
afterwards.
Yeah,
No, they
they're
dropped
like,
one
oh, yeah.
in the Asian Cup. They did, but
Okay, fair,
yeah. But yeah, it was. But then, with all due respect, it's Pakistan's own fault. They shouldn't have lost to Zimbabwe, I believe it was.
So somebody tweeted the biggest argument against atheism is the Pakistan cricket team. Because you have to believe in God to see what happened to the Pakistan team. I mean, what is going on with that? Like, the group that Pakistan were in, like A beat B, B beat C, C beat D, D beat E, E beat A. Well, it was like that, wasn't it? Like everybody's beating everybody. And it's just like a massive circle. So,
Look, they had that. Remember, they had before the group stages, the qualifiers.
yeah.
Okay, there was a shockers in there.
Okay.
Sri Lanka losing, West Indies losing, West Indies not qualifying. Okay, Sri Lanka pulled it back after, I think, did they lose to Namibia or Scotland? I can't remember which one it was.
Okay.
One of the minnow teams, shall we say, with no disrespect to them.
Yeah.
But Sri Lanka gets through. West Indies didn't even get it through to,
that's crazy.
to any of the tables.
That's
Which is,
crazy.
I mean, was it 2 years ago they won it? The 2 World Cups previously before they were winners.
This was my question. My question is it really a lottery? Is it not just a lottery, rather?
T20, it's not a lottery. But it's very easy to lose a game that you think you should win.
So
You
Pakistan
still
did
need to
that twice, didn't they?
Yeah, so Pakistan
they did
seemed
that
to
against India.
Yeah, they seem to play as good as their opposition, if that makes sense. They step it up.
Yeah, that's
So they stepped it up against India, but they lost it in the last 2 overs. So they took it to the wire. And, losing to India, with all due respect to how Pakistan may not like to hear this, is no disrespect, is no, insult to Pakistan. It's a good team. Then South Africa, decent team, picked it up, smashed it all over the park.
Yeah.
Okay. Zimbabwe, again, with no disrespect to them, you don't expect them to last 15 overs, 10 overs with the pace of... They beat Pakistan, and Pakistan would slowly... It was a low score, if I can remember, they were chasing.
Who beat Pakistan?
Zimbabwe, I believe it was. I'm sure it was
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe beat them.
They beat them. It was only a low score in 130, 126 maybe. I can't remember where it's the top of my head.
So Pakistan were lucky in that none of their matches were rained off. There was no result.
Yes.
I think that was lucky in the end.
So South Africa's... Did they have no result? I don't think...
South Africa had a no result, yeah.
They did, didn't they?
South Africa had a no
So
result.
that's worked out. And so today we were
Against Zimbabwe.
Was it against Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
So again today, everyone was thinking let's hope that it gets rained off the South African game because they needed a win. So even if they got a draw and Pakistan won, Pakistan would have got through.
Yeah.
But then we realised, hang on, we're playing on the same pitch, the same ground. If there's rained off,
If they get rid of, we get rid of.
we're getting
So
rained
then
off.
please, God, I know I asked for rain, but cancel that.
Yeah. So it was like that. But I mean, I never expected, with all due respect, South Africa to lose to the Dutch.
Yeah. the Netherlands.
So I didn't even follow it. I thought, this is a foregone conclusion.
Well, Rashid was awake all night.
Watching it.
Literally, he was
Well done,
on the
Rashid.
WhatsApp group we were on. He's literally almost like over by over.
Well, I watched the
commentary of what's
Netherlands.
going on.
Well, not watched it. I was keeping in touch with the Netherlands because they batted first.
Yeah.
It looked like they were going to get a decent score.
Oh, so
and
that
then-
was up quite late last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it
Just after
started,
midnight?
it started,
Okay.
I think, something like that.
Yeah.
And so it looked like they were going to get 170, 180 maybe, but the way it started. But then after lost a few wickets, I think they ended up with 150 something. So an average score, which is, if you've got a decent team, you can probably defend that. But South Africa, you thought, and they came out and they were... I'm sure they started off pretty strong. And I was like, I'm not watching this. And Mohib said, we're not watching this.
So 158. 158 was the total for the Netherlands. And South Africa fell.
Must have collapsed.
Well, I mean, there were 8 wickets down in the end, and they only got 145. So they lost, they lost by 13 runs. But I'm just thinking, like in a 2020 where your tournament life is on the line, how do you score 140? They weren't all out. So how do you score 145 runs?
That's just a typical Pakistan sort of innings, to be honest, by the South Africans.
Is it typical Pakistan, or is that the? I mean,
I didn't
want to say it, but I'm going to say it.
Go on then.
South Africa in cricket and in most sports
bottled it.
They've got that reputation, haven't they?
Yeah, remember that semi-final in the World Cup with Australia when it one run or before or something like I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. They got themselves run out.
Yeah,
that was like years and years ago. But then
it's getting to the semi-final. This is getting to the next round.
They're decent team.
It's a decent team. It's not really too much of a pressure.
Oh, it's not bottling it because it was only a qualification.
Qualification, yeah. You expect them to get to the semi-finals and even maybe final and then bottle it when the pressure's really on. When they can literally touch the cup, then they'll bottle it. Or sorry, not they will bottle it. Sorry, they've got a reputation of bottling it. Where this case, Pakistan back in. They play on Wednesday against New Zealand.
On Wednesday, New Zealand
and India, who I think got the most points out of the two tables. They only had. Did they? I don't think they lost. No, they lost to South Africa, obviously. Yeah, with one defeat. So they will play England.
So let's have a look at the tables then. So New Zealand 1-3. Lost 1-1-0 result. Obviously, they got 7 points.
Yep.
And you're right, India got 8 points. They won 4. They only lost 1.
Yep.
They got but this is what I'm saying to you about this group. Like India 8, Pakistan 6, South Africa 5.
Well, at the start of the table, you would expect
3.
that. You would expect Pakistan, India, South Africa in any order, 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
That was the expectations. The big game would have been between, say, each other, the Pakistan, South Africa, Pakistan, India, and whoever would have been the two.
Pakistan beat South Africa.
Lost to India.
Lost to India.
India beat Pakistan. Lost to South Africa.
Lost to South Africa. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it rained off?
The rain off. So the South Africa were unlucky because their game got rained off.
Against Zimbabwe.
Where Pakistan,
but they would have probably lost it because Zimbabwe beat Pakistan.
So now New Zealand, who've been in pretty decent form, so they play Pakistan because Pakistan was second.
Yeah.
New Zealand top on a Wednesday, and then England, who also. They just got through because they beat Sri Lanka in the last game, didn't they? With 5 runs.
Yeah.
And they're now playing India. So possible India-Pakistan final. That'll be interesting.
India-Pakistan?
Yeah.
Yeah, India-Pakistan or New Zealand-England.
Or England-Pakistan.
Or England-Pakistan.
No, don't say New Zealand. Yeah. Pakistan are winning, definitely now.
You'd fancy Pakistan against New Zealand. Let's see how that pans out.
I wouldn't say fancy. I wouldn't say fancy. Pakistan, you
never know.
You never know.
Is it
just to throw it up? Yeah.
Throw it up in the air.
But no, saying that, Pakistan's issue was, and everyone said it, Rizwan, Babar, openers.
Yeah.
They've been out of form. Well, Babar's been out of form for a while now, to be honest. Rizwan's been decent, but if you get them 2 out early, the middle order collapses. However, in the last few games, the middle order have stepped up.
Yeah, but like if you look at the scorecard today, Rizwan and
they made it difficult work.
They both scored, but they scored slow.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
that was it. I thought Babar was on 100.
Babar, 25. Which is
how many balls?
33.
No, there you go. It's poor. That's poor for 2020.
And then Rizwan, 32 of 32, which, T20, you can't be going at 6 and over.
No, you can't. Not if you're going to get out at 32s, unless you're going to stay there and anchor the innings.
Yeah, get 55
and then smash it. Yeah, make it worth. Because you can always catch up.
Yeah.
Say if the first 30 you got off 40 balls, then the next 30 you get off 20
explain
balls.
Explain this to me again. I'm not familiar with this concept, but is there an issue with the new ball? Like in Test cricket, even in 50 over cricket,
it does.
The openers try and see off the new ball 10 overs, 12 overs, and then when it gets a bit softer, it doesn't move as much. It's not as zippy, and then the middle order can just start, taking liberties.
I don't even know which ball they're using, but it doesn't swing for long. It's like the first 4 overs. Shall we say? There's a bit of swing. If half decent bowler, India's opener is swinging it quite a bit, and Shaheen, he's smashing it.
Shaheen's doing good.
So coming back from injury, but. It's the opposite here because you see England the way they play. Most India play. They're going out from ball 1.
That's because of the power play.
They're smashing it.
So they encourage you to go for it because the field is in. Clear the infield, and you're going to get.
You've got to smash it, yeah. And then, to be honest, they're going through that all the way to batting number 6, 7. They're saying this is the way we're starting to play. We're going to play our shots. We're going to play aggressive. If it comes off, it looks great. If it doesn't, you're thinking, well, when you were 2 or 3 wickets down, maybe you should have just built a little bit of a partnership.
Do you think every batsman's got it in their locker to be solid?
Oh yeah,
No. So T20, they've all got to be able to hit.
Yeah.
I get that. But do you reckon every batsman in T20's got it in their locker to just be solid for 2 overs? Could they block out for 2 overs, do you reckon?
Well, yes, they've got the technique, if that's the question. But however, have they got the mental, not mental capacity, but a mental thought process of, you know what, I don't care what people say, I'm going to block it out for 2 overs and then go for it. The pressure on the T20, because the game goes so quick.
Huge, absolutely.
And it goes past you. You block like, 2 overs, you don't the third over, you go for it, and you get out. You wasted 3 overs.
You don't want to lose 8 wickets with 4 overs to go, right? You don't want to lose 8 wickets in 16 overs, because then your numbers 9, 10 and 11 aren't going to score in the last 4 overs. So there must be some kind of strategy where you say, look, if we're on 0 wickets, we can be free. Yeah? Especially if we get to over number 3 and we're still on 0 wickets. But if we're down 1 wicket, we need to get to over number 3. Just be careful, pick up singles, whatever. And then now we've got 9 wickets left and we've only got 17 overs. We can be a bit more aggressive. So you have to temper up and down. So do the players do that, or is it I've got my style, I'm going to do my style?
I think each team has their own way of doing it. England obviously smashing it, India doing it that way as well. I think most teams are trying to do that. The one team, or one of the highest ranked teams or expected teams that aren't, are Pakistan.
Yeah,
they seem to go down that process of, we'll wait until the 13th, 14th are over. Let's, go 6 runs or over, 7 runs and over, 8 runs and over. And then we've got our big hitters, Iftikhar. We've got our big hitters at the end, Haris, come in and they'll smash the 6.
End, though. That's the thing. Do you think he should be a little bit lower down? Or?
Well, it's Haris 3, isn't he? He's
at 3 or 4,
yeah, because they've changed it around. Masood was at 3, then he's gone down to 4, hasn't he? And then
so maybe Haris just comes in after 10 overs.
Well, I think they have chopped it around. So if, for example, Rizwan and Babar are there to the 12th over,
then Haris will come in.
Then, or even Shadab. Shadab's been doing pretty well, and they've brought him in earlier. And they said, right, you go for a smash. But they're the one team that want to build some sort of base first in the 10 overs, and they'll go that slow. And the fact is, when you're chasing, you can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
But they don't seem to have a plan B. That seems to be their A, and then our big hitters, Iftikhar, etc., will come in and smash the 6s. And to be fair, like I said, it's very similar to the England tactics. When it works, it's brilliant. When it was working for Pakistan, they were doing this, and they're smashing the 6s in the last over, beating India in the Asia Cup, etc. But then they lost to Sri Lanka in the final in the Asia Cup with the same tactics, and then it was all like, oh, what are they doing?
Yeah.
They might as well lose in the 12th over than lose in the 20th over by 80 runs. They might as well lose in the 12th over by 180 runs.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit, didn't we, last show? We were like, do you still go for it and know that you could be absolutely smashed?
Yeah.
Or do you just think, let's lose by 20 runs, rather than go gung-ho, maybe win and maybe... Well, yeah, it's interesting, but I guess it depends on where you are in the tournament. So in the semi-final, you absolutely would.
Yeah, because there's nothing else.
But with run rate involved in the group stages, you absolutely want to just accumulate the runs and not lose by a ridiculous run rate. Let's talk about England. So England finished second in the group, 7 points, but 3 teams finished on 7 points. There was a no result against Australia. And Australia were the team that lost out as a result.
Who was the no result? Australia versus England?
Australia.
That was the no result.
That was the no result.
Oh, wow. Well, so the same situation for England, wasn't it?
Yeah. So through by the skin of their teeth, really.
Yes.
But then anything can happen.
I think it was Australia's last game. I think it was, who was it against?
Australia's last game.
It was one against, who was in their group? Remind me.
So their last game was Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, was it? So they were expecting to win that by a big number, but Afghanistan again, they're no pushovers either. That's a tough group.
They got 2 within 3. Yeah. Oh, so if Australia had scored like 180 rather than 168 and got Afghanistan out for 112,
yeah.
That would have been a big swing.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So that's what it was, you see. Because England didn't make it with a big swing. They only were 5 runs on Douglas-Lewis method with Sri Lanka.
That's crazy. So so Australia bottled it as well. Everyone's a bottler apart from England and Pakistan, who both got through by the skin of their teeth.
India almost messed up because on the Douglas-Lewis one against Bangladesh, I think it was, their game against Bangladesh after they lose to South Africa, they were at one stage on the Douglas-Lewis, they were behind by 20 runs.
Oh, wow.
At the rain. They came back on, got
Smashed
a wicket.
Okay.
And then they slowed it down, Bangladesh slowed down, and then went off again for rain, and then they lost by 5 runs to Bangladesh. So, it could have cost India a big...
Where are they playing this, by the way?
Australia.
Why is there so much rain in Australia?
It's winter over there. It's terrible, isn't it? Australia, New Zealand over there.
It's summer over there.
Is it?
Yeah, it's winter here.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's been on weather sense.
Yeah,
it's been a terrible World Cup.
Yeah, I know, because there's been too much talk of like rain delays and so on.
Yeah.
We're going to be heading into a break shortly, but just quickly before we do wrap up, like who do you think's New Zealand, India, Pakistan, England? Who do you think's going to win it?
England.
England.
I think England's got it. Yeah, England's picked up their momentum at the right time. You know, like I said, it started off. I think it was a defeat. I think their first game, and then they've slightly picked it up and gone better and better, and then got through skin of teeth. And
they are. I agree with you. I think they've got a bit of momentum.
Even India's had New Zealand. So those three.
But we want to see an England-Pakistan final.
We want to see Pakistan win the World Cup.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we'll be back after this short 4-minute break. So don't go away. We'll be back very, very soon.
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break.
Could you spare a few hours each month to provide support to people who are going through tough times? If so, Peterborough Samaritans are looking for volunteers who are empathetic and open-minded, and we'd love to hear from you. We run regular information sessions where you can find out more about what it means to volunteer for Samaritans. If you are at least 18 years of age and would like to know more, please email volunteer@peterboroughsamaritans.org.
Asia Restaurant gives you the unique fusion of flavours from Turkey, Iraq, Syria and Iran. Our shish kebabs are grilled on a charcoal barbecue for that authentic taste. Lamb shanks, fresh shawarma, chili kebab, lamb shish, grilled chicken, freshly made baklava and so much more. Eat in or order through Peterborough Eats or Peterborough Grab. Asia Restaurant, 5 Fitzwilliam Street, Peterborough, PE1 2RU. Call us on 01733 562 530. Great prices, great quality. Why not come and find out for yourself? Asia Restaurant, the true taste of the Middle East.
Are you looking for a career where you can make a difference? At Cross Keys Homes, we work with our local communities to create opportunities that change lives. We're looking for enthusiastic, talented people to join our team, from apprenticeships to senior management positions. Cross Keys Homes can support your development while you enjoy great employee benefits. There are so many opportunities for you to shine. Apply to join the Cross Keys Homes team at crosskeyshomes.co.uk.
HS Lawyers make it so simple. Contact Majid Sarwar or Asad Arif today for any matters relating to immigration, family, business or property. Google HS Lawyers to see why we're the highest reviewed firm in Peterborough, with over 500 testimonies on our honesty, speed and excellent communication, making your legal matter simple, easy and stress-free. Contact us today on 01733 703 978. That's 01733 703 978, or email us at peterborough@hs-lawyers.co.uk. HS Lawyers, built on values of integrity and respect, with offices in Peterborough and throughout the West Midlands.
Where can you get high quality and low prices? Amar Food Store and Halal Meat in Lincoln Road, Triangle is the place to go. Pay us a visit and take advantage of our special offers and great range of products on groceries, vegetables, fruits and halal meat. Also send money to Pakistan absolutely free. We have all top brands at special offers, offer free customer parking and provide a free local delivery service. Amar Food Store and Halal Meat, 613B Lincoln Road, Peterborough. Call us on 01733 687 374. High in quality, low in prices.
website salamradio.co.uk.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Salaam Sports here on Salaam Radio 106.2 FM. Thank you so much for joining us once again. And I noticed the screen's gone blank. So can you see you? I can't see me. I don't know what's going on. Am I not on camera anymore? Is it my phone? Do I need to just reset this? Yeah, I probably need to set this up again. Oh, there you go. Look at that. We are back. We are back. We are live on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us after the break. We're going to go on to the football now. And I'm sure lots of people are following the match that's currently going on between Aston Villa and Manchester United. What's the latest score to that?
Newcastle also playing. Newcastle winning 3-0 against Southampton. There was an early kick-off. Arsenal going back to the top of the Premier League, winning 1-0 against Chelsea.
Let's stay on point. Let's stay on point and on topic. What's the current score in the current game? You're saying Newcastle is currently playing, right? Yeah. Sorry. So on the 3 p.m. kickoffs, we've got a number of scores to share with you. Some we will share, and some we won't. Yeah. We'll choose which ones we share. So I've got Villa 3, United 1. I've got Newcastle 3, Southampton 0. That's at Southampton. And Palace and West Ham are 1-1. And Tottenham play Liverpool later today.
Liverpool still think they were stuck in the forest, weren't they, even when they played Leeds?
Say that again?
Oh, look at that. Stuck. You put me down every time I talk about
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Say that again. Sorry, say that again.
So Liverpool losing to Forest and Leeds in the Premier League.
Incredible. That's incredible. Like the last 5 games we've had City.
They're doing well in the cup game.
We beat City in the league. We beat West Ham in the league. We lost to Forest and Leeds in the league. And then we beat Napoli, top of the group. Beat Napoli in the Champions League. Like, what is going on?
There's shouts of Klopp out.
Yeah, not from me. Maybe from you.
There's shouts from Liverpool fans.
Yeah. Who do we get instead? Steven Gerrard.
He was being prepped up for the
He
role,
was being prepped up, but he said, don't be stupid, didn't he? He said, don't be ridiculous. That's just way above my pay grade. But, like, a really good result. And interestingly, Klopp said we looked difficult to play against Napoli. So he's basically highlighting the fact that it's not very difficult to play Liverpool at the moment. Teams are lining up to play Liverpool at the moment.
Well, they're in a bad form at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, before, even when they did concede a goal, it looked like, Liverpool come back and they'll win it. But now
you said this 2 weeks ago. Say something new. You said this.
No, I said they look like they, but now they don't look like they're going to come back.
No, but I'm talking about general open play. So general open play, like, you know how, like, okay, now. I don't want to keep going on about this because United against Tottenham was one of the performances I've seen from them in years. But it looked like they were hustling and harrying and pressing high up. They weren't giving, and Tottenham really do like to play out from Luis, don't they? Luis wants the ball, doesn't he? He wants to play out. He wants to encourage people onto them so they can break that. And then they've got Son and Kane and whoever's playing on the other side, Moura or Richarlison, whatever it is. They'll break quick and they'll put Kulusevski. They'll put you under pressure. But Liverpool used to do that. Liverpool used to suffocate teams.
Yes,
and we couldn't suffocate Leeds.
No,
like Leeds were finding it easy to play against us. And even when we had the possession, it was all in our half. And the
Leeds play a high line as well.
No, not really.
They
didn't against Liverpool.
They didn't.
Nah, they didn't against Liverpool. But I mean, the goal we scored was a good goal. Another day we wouldn't have scored that. There's a couple of chances we missed where another day we potentially could have scored. But
that's it. When your form's not, when you're not in form, these things happen. You miss the chances that you normally would go.
But just watching that game, it wasn't a shock that Leeds won. Like you could watch 15, 20 minutes of that game, and you'd say either team could win this.
It. Yeah. That's it. Liverpool. No longer have that control.
Yeah, Liverpool from last season before that, they would dominate a team, and you think there's only one winner.
Yeah,
and then they'd concede, and you think there's still only one winner. Right?
Yeah.
We're gonna
it was a freak if they were to concede. Now you're thinking, they're going to concede. They are.
They're going to concede in the first 5 minutes. Like you'd be shocked if they haven't conceded in the first 5 minutes. Ali, what's going on with that, man? Why are we always conceding goals in the first 5-10 minutes? That's an absolute joke.
Ali's not a Liverpool supporter.
I don't know who he supports, but
he just loves the game of football.
He says he is a Liverpool supporter. I don't know. But yeah, it's one of them things. But looking forward to that. I think that's a big game for us. I think you just said off air, didn't you? Like if Tottenham beat us, they're in fourth place and 13 points ahead of us. That's more than 4 straight wins versus 4 straight defeats, isn't it?
With the result the way it's going today with United, I'll be cheering Liverpool on. Don't want Tottenham to get too many points ahead of United.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Do make a video of it and share it on the WhatsApp group. But yeah, Liverpool have had their problems, and I feel like this season is going to be like that. I think, and I've said this before.
Why? It's the same manager, same players.
No, because it's the mental turmoil of having to go every single game where something mattered. What's going on with my sound? Are you pressing a button and trying to say something in my ear?
Is he telling the score?
I'm hearing
Updated score.
something. I don't know.
United have scored 3-2.
I don't know. But my earphones are playing a little bit, Ali, if you're on that. So could you just have a look at that? I haven't got 3-2. But yeah, if anybody's following the game and watching Salaam Sports on the Tinternet, then do keep us up to date with the scores. Ali, I'm sure you'll be keeping us up to date with the scores as well. But yeah, so what I was saying about Liverpool, I think they exerted themselves physically like a lot of teams do, but also mentally, because they didn't have any switch-off games. They didn't have any games last season where the result didn't matter to such a massive degree. They were in I think it was February, March time where talk of the quadruple started and it didn't finish until the last kick of the Premier League season. And that was only 3 days before the Champions League final. So to have that mental pressure for the whole season is obviously taxing. And I think if the players have an off season off the back of that, is to be expected. To be 10th is a bit disappointing. You think,
so they're tired mentally.
I think they're mentally tired. Personally, I think the manager's mentally tired. I think the fans are mentally tired.
Do you think this season, with the World Cup coming up in the next 2 weeks, and the fixtures being squashed the way they have been, has affected players? Not just Liverpool, obviously mentally tired from last season, but this season physically. I think United are playing a third game this week now.
Well, have you seen the injured 11 for the World Cup?
Well, exactly.
That it's ridiculous. Some of the players that are off. Pogba's out now as well.
Pogba's out, yeah.
Pogba's out.
Yes.
And
Chelsea.
Trippier's out.
Is Trippier out?
Reece James is out.
No, I didn't know Trippier was out. Chelsea yesterday.
Oh, Chilwell, sorry.
Chilwell.
Not Trippier,
yeah. Chilwell.
Chilwell's out and Reece James is out. Pogba's out. Kante. N'Golo Kante's out.
Kante's out.
But France without Pogba and Kante.
Well, without the defender, United's defender,
Varane's out. It's a really.
He's touch and go. I don't know if he's gone out.
I don't know him that well, but it's.
He didn't call me.
Basically, yeah, I mean, you're right. I think that's a very good point. I think the way the fixtures are squeezed, the earlier start, the shorter summer break, the more squeeze in the fixtures. We've finished the group stages of the Champions League already.
Yeah, because you get injuries. Okay, even if the World Cup was after the season, you always have remember when Beckham got injured just before the end of the season and thought, he's not going to make it to the World Cup because of metatarsal injury. And I think Rooney had the same injury actually in the World Cup and stuff. Yeah. So these things happen, but the addition to this is the actual fixtures have been squashed together to fit the World Cup in. And it's just, I mean, no excuses. Villa came out very quick, but it looked like United were tired at the first 10, 15 minutes. They just weren't coming out of there. Even Aaron Martinez is a great defender. He looked tired.
That's like us every single game. Like first 15 minutes, every single game, that's us basically. We're just tired. We're just tired and sloppy. But yeah, no, I think that's a really good point. And I think, I don't know, is this a precursor of things to come, or are FIFA likely to revert to a more traditional World Cup venue with summer World Cups?
I think it will be a summer.
How do you feel about it? How do you feel about a November World Cup?
It feels weird. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, because didn't you feel like you were missing something in the summer? I was definitely missing something in the summer.
Yeah, so you like the World Cup, and now what are we going to do in the summer?
No idea. But we're going to have a very packed November and December. That's going to be a really cool run up to the Christmas period. Then we're going to have the bumper games over Christmas.
Yeah, but there'll be early morning games as well, won't there?
No. I mean, at the Christmas games where we have the packed schedule.
Oh, we're back again.
About the early morning games for the World Cup.
World Cup, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I might make the effort to watch the England games.
The big games.
Maybe the Brazil games.
The big games in the groups and the ones that count.
Yeah, Adila Sadat's just put in a comment saying, "Inshallah, Pakistan will win."
Yes, yes. Come on, the World Cup.
Is your whole family supporting Pakistan?
Yes.
Even your kids?
Even my kids.
So have you brainwashed them?
No. It's the love for the country.
Love for the country that
for
they
the
don't
motherland.
Live in. That they don't live in.
That's where the mother's from.
Yeah. Oh, right. Fair enough. Yeah.
Hence the motherland.
Yeah, I'm kind of I bounce between the two. Like when England play Pakistan, I'm a bit confused. I'm like, it's gonna be a good game. It's fine. But I always want England to win. I always want Pakistan
But
to
you've
win.
still got connections, obviously, back with Pakistan.
Yeah, of course I do.
So that's what it is. I mean, I was born
I've also
here.
got connections with England, so yeah.
Yeah, but
I've got no connections with Australia, so I hate them. Yeah, and South Africa, and India, and it's like so. So the rest of the teams just like whatever. But yeah, Pakistan and England are the two teams I follow. But that was the racist test, wasn't it? Like
yes, who would you support if
support
Pakistan and England play? Well, that's it.
Don't watch cricket. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting World Cup, and I'm looking forward to it just because it's a World Cup. It's a World Cup. Legends are made in World Cups, right?
Yeah.
But it's a shame the number of players
You
that are
have
missing,
shocks and stuff.
and also it's a shame that it kind of it's a shame that it squashed the Champions League fixtures and the Premier League fixtures, and are we still going to finish the Carling Cup by the end of January, February, whatever it is?
Oh,
Because
I think the final's in Qatar.
yeah, right. Yeah. So that would be interesting to watch. Go on then.
Newcastle.
Newcastle. What is going on with Newcastle? I mean, the goal
What
scorers
has
today.
Eddie Howe done to Newcastle?
Almiron scored another goal.
Oh, he's on fire. And he doesn't score just any old goals. He scores some special goals.
Almiron scored another one. Chris Wood has got one. Joe Willock's got one. 3-0 up, and it's
So they're what now? Third in the Premier League?
they are third in the Premier League.
Wow.
And you have to say this is without money. Like they've signed players, but this is without. This is like
Trippier, didn't they? He paid
they've spent the money that a traditionally owned Newcastle United could spend. I
They
don't
could
think they've
spend
spent
it before the takeover.
No. They've spent it after the takeover.
Right.
What I'm saying is
No, but could they have spent it before the takeover? Is what I was suggesting.
this is what I'm saying. I'm saying the money they've spent. If they'd have spent it before the takeover, you wouldn't have said where they're getting this money from.
No.
They've not spent stupid money right now. Like they're not doing Man City, are they? They're not buying
No,
a
City
100 million
won't.
player
Yeah,
to
yeah,
put on
yeah.
their bench, right? In fact, I don't think they've bought anyone over
I
20.
think Trippier their most expensive player.
How much did he cost?
He was over 50, wasn't he? I'm sure.
I'd be surprised if he was. To be honest.
He was. Yeah, he was.
Find out how much he was costing, but I feel like they've bought players, and this is, it's
Majid Ali saying still 3-1. Thanks, Majid Ali. I know it's still 3-1. Weren't you shouting out Klopp out last week? Thank you very much.
Majid Ali. Were you shouting Klopp out last week? I can't believe he'd have shouted. Nah, he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have.
No, he was only
Not
going me
much.
for saying it.
No, I don't think have Liverpool supporters shouted Klopp out. I don't think they have.
There has. Well,
Name one.
whoever does their, where they watch the match live and they do it on their pods and all that stuff, there is one. He said that's it. Klopp's gone. He's got to go, and he's got to get rid of at least 10 players have to go. So I think it's a bit extreme.
That is a bit extreme. I mean, but isn't that just like when you used to get like Arsenal fan TV and they'd be like,
so there's a Liverpool FC TV. Whatever
but
it is.
yeah,
It's not. It's, I don't know what they're on, to be honest, because United have every club has it, don't they?
I feel like the more you talk about your club, the more passionate and the more volatile and the more extreme your views are going to be. And if you're like an armchair fan, like most of us are, and you watch it once a week, twice a week, and you're like, oh, they won, yay! Oh, they lost, bloody hell! It's like it's one of them ones. Then you're not going to be like Klopp out, change the whole back line. You're not going to do that, are you? So I just think like with the Klopp out shout, the people calling for Klopp out, who do they want in? Like, who do they want in?
Well, that's it, isn't it? It's easy to say, let's get somebody out.
Easy, yeah, look at Arsenal. Arsenal got rid of Wenger, and now
United have gone through a churn of managers. It didn't really make a difference. They got Mourinho in. They had Solskjaer.
I think with every single manager bar Solskjaer, you could have given them more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not Solskjaer? He's in there for a
Solskjaer. No, I'm saying Solskjaer. You could have given him all the time in the world. He wasn't going to do what was it? I was like, and I've said this many times on the show. I said you could never see him win in the Premier League.
No.
And I stand by that. I mean, he might come back to another club in future and maybe look like a completely different manager, but he just never came across as the kind of guy who would win it as a manager. Whereas Mourinho could have won it. I think LVG could have won it. I think.
Yeah,
I think Ten Hag
about
definitely
them.
looks like
He's got
he
some
could do it.
technical nous about
Yeah,
him.
he's
threw Maguire up front the other day.
Did he?
Yeah, Maguire striker with Ronaldo. Two strikers.
Wow. Yeah, best friends as well, yeah?
Yeah. They need
a lot of respect for each other's
They had
games.
to win by 2 clear goals, so we were 1-0 up, and they threw Maguire on, said, go on then, go up front. And nobody then pinged the ball to him. They were still trying to pass it through, and thought, he's not going to put a through ball to
he's
Maguire.
He's not going to be like intricate through play. Yeah, what's wrong with you? This was against Real Sociedad, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, did you see the mascot celebrating after the game?
No.
Doing the whole Cristiano Ronaldo Sue sign.
Oh, was he?
The Real Sociedad.
Yeah, as soon as the game was over, I was like, we should have won 2-0. Okay, it was a win, but it would have been nice, obviously, to win 2-0.
Garnacho with the goal.
Yes.
Decent player. He
Yes,
looks decent. Why is he not
yes.
playing more in the Premier League?
He's playing today.
Is he playing today?
He started today, yeah.
All right, let's have a look at his...
He started. But we've gone sidetracked. I mean, Newcastle, like you say, they haven't spent that much money.
Go on.
They haven't spent that money, have they? And
Thanks for bringing me back, actually.
Yes,
That's
okay.
appreciated. That's good.
Eddie Howe, what? Possible England manager?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like when he was at Bournemouth, I was a big fan. I thought he was a really, really good manager.
Do you? But do you think that step up? I say step up. It's a different type of management, isn't it? Because at least with Newcastle, a club, you can bring in players to that role. With England, you've got to pick the bunch that you've got, the rotten apples.
But they're not rotten apples, though. He's got a lot of talent in the England football team, and it's exciting times as well.
We had better talent in the England football team, and we didn't get anywhere.
But we've had better talent, but potentially worse managers.
So when we had the era of Gerrard, Scholes, Beckham, at that time Lampard.
Garnacho started.
Yeah, he started. Yeah,
wow, he's gone off though. He's
off now. Yeah. Who's he brought on?
Him and Van der Beek are both gone off, and
they're missing. United are missing.
Martial and Elanga have come on.
Bruno Fernandes today because he's suspended, and it showed in the middle. Van der Beek, with all due respect, obviously he's been injured, just come back, not the same. But it showed without Bruno. Today. I mean, Eriksen's been brilliant, to be honest, since he's come. But, definitely missing Bruno. Yeah,
it makes a difference when you've got two really good attacking players that can control the ball, the tempo and all that kind of stuff. So, Bruno would be a big miss. But, just going back to Newcastle. But, anyhow, potential future manager, absolutely, I think so. I think...
do you think he'll
get his chance?
Say change or improve England?
Give me your favourite England managers.
Favourite English. Well, not Keegan.
I was going to say Keegan.
Really?
I was going to say Keegan. No, I wasn't. I was going to say Hoddle.
Hoddle, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He left, unfortunately, he got sacked in weird things because of his beliefs. I disagree with that. Whatever he says off football, out football, has nothing to do.
Got us into the World Cup semi-final, didn't he?
Yeah. Venables, and then the one got semi-finals with what's his name? Robson. Was Robson
Bobby Robson manager? Yeah, 99 World Cup.
Yeah.
And then after that we had Venables. I'm saying, like, did one stick out for you? Because I really liked Hoddle's approach to
I like Hoddle and Venables. It was them two, yes.
But recently,
we didn't get Roy Hodgson didn't like
McLaren.
Didn't like Steve McLaren, Graham Taylor. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I don't like this.
And I did say English, but we had Capello as well. We had
he wasn't good.
Sven-Goran Eriksson. What about Gareth? Like Gareth, is it time for him to go?
I think he's like Solskjaer with United. Can't see him winning it.
Yeah,
he got us to the final.
Yeah, he's a nice.
It was an easy path. It was an easy path to the final. In fact, it was an easy path to get to the World Cup final, and we messed up there.
You can only play what's in front of you.
Absolutely, and it was an easy path. So it's like Pakistan losing to Zimbabwe. They shouldn't be.
You can only lose to who's in front of you.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think you're. It's a good shout there. I think Eddie Howe, future England manager, but I hope he doesn't do it straight after this role. I hope he does his job at Newcastle,
wins a Premier League, or wins a cup.
No, he'll probably win a cup. But
you can't. Oh, hang on. So you can't see Eddie Howe winning the Premier League with Newcastle?
I can, but they won't give him the time.
You don't think so?
They won't give him the time. He's the Mark Hughes that City had. So City bought in Mark Hughes.
Yeah, he did
Mark
well.
Hughes
he did well.
Bought some players. He knew the league.
Yeah.
He bought some players. He got them to a decent standard. He got them into the Champions League.
Yep.
Then he got replaced by, was it Pellegrini?
Who won the cup? Who won the Premier League?
Did come in and won the Premier League, and then they got replaced.
So it was a good shout then.
Yeah, it was a good shout. Of course, it was a good shout. But I think Mark Hughes could have potentially won the Premier League with Man City if he had been given a couple more seasons. They were on that trajectory, weren't they?
I mean, Eddie Howe's done so well, like you say, with so little money at this stage. I think give him, and they have clearly got money, give him a bit of money.
I think give Eddie Howe 3 seasons.
He'll win the Premier League.
Make Newcastle like an expected team to challenge for the Champions League spots and to do well in the Champions League. And then we'll get rid of Klopp. Bring in Howe, and then those guys, they can bring in
and
Klopp.
Klopp manages England, does it?
Klopp will go to Germany or something. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. But he's long story short, he's doing a really good job.
Yeah, I think and it looks like there's no reason why Newcastle shouldn't qualify for the Champions League. They will challenge by the looks of it, the way they're playing, and the other teams are Chelsea, Tottenham, United are slipping up, shall we say? Newcastle,
Liverpool.
Well, they're not going to get the Champions League, are they? Do you think so? I don't think. I mean, I don't like to write them off so early in the season, but
I think the only way they qualify for the Champions League is if they win it.
Yes.
And I could see them winning it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They're more likely to win.
I said England, Liverpool, good cup team.
Yeah.
They're a good cup team.
I think they're more likely to win the Champions League than they are to qualify for the Champions League space.
Yes. Yeah. Because the competition for that fourth is too much now.
It's quite
to reach those points. If it was like a couple of seasons ago, they could probably still get into the Champions League for the fourth spot because the other teams weren't great. But even United have now come up a few steps, shall we say, closer.
Definitely,
progressed. You've got Chelsea, Tottenham, Newcastle. Who else
Fulham,
is up there?
Palace.
Fulham up there?
Fulham and Palace are both above Liverpool, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I'm not going to name all the teams above Liverpool. There's quite a few.
We haven't got
West
enough
Ham.
time.
Yeah, we haven't got enough time for that.
So, look, I mean, it looks like, Arsenal, City, obviously, yeah. Then you got Newcastle, Tottenham fighting for that third place.
Yep.
Then there's a bit of a gap, and then you got United, Brighton, and Chelsea.
Oh, is United how much points? Because the Tottenham got a play, haven't they? Yeah, Chelsea lost today.
Tottenham have played 13 already. They're 3 points ahead of you because you've lost today.
Okay, so we want Tottenham to lose today, don't we?
You want Tottenham to lose today, so you have a game in hand and only 3 points behind.
Yep.
But yeah, Brighton are 2 points behind you. Chelsea are 2 points behind you. And Fulham are 4 points behind you.
Yeah, but with respect, Fulham and Brighton, you expect them to drop points through the season. Newcastle, I don't see them dropping too many points, to be honest with you. So
Newcastle, you don't expect them dropping too many points?
No, I don't think. Not the way they're playing at the moment.
Really
Eddie Howe's doing what he's doing there.
When was the last time Newcastle played like one of the top teams?
When's the last time Newcastle? I think they played.
How have they done against the top teams?
Check.
That's what I would. Yeah, I'm going to check.
I think they drew against United. So they've been there and thereabouts. If they've lost, it's been a 2-1 and last minute goal. If I can remember, I can't remember who that game was against, but it was unlucky. So I think Newcastle, with respect, even if they do,
so they beat Villa 4-0 just last game. They beat Spurs.
There you go. Are we going to count them as a top team?
They drew to United, like you said, and they're making short work of other teams. Like the only odd result here is the Bournemouth result where they drew 1-1.
Yeah.
They lost to Liverpool. That's surprising.
That's not a big team.
That's surprising because
when did they lose to Liverpool? Was it early season?
Early season, yeah.
Yeah, they've picked up since early season. They've improved within the season.
Yeah, they drew with City 3-3.
Yes, that was the game. It was a brilliant game. That was, yes.
So Newcastle, they are looking good. To be fair.
They're looking good. They may drop points with the bigger teams, shall we say, but with the other teams, there seems to be a big
Making
gap.
short work of them. They're winning 4-0, 3-0, 3-1.
Yeah, they'll make up for it. So you can afford to lose to the teams as long as you're not losing the other games. Picking up more wins than draws.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go on to the Europa League. So win for United.
Yes, but they play in the qualifier.
But they finished second in the group.
Yes.
So
I don't know how it works. So they have to play a qualifying round to get into the next one. So all the teams that have dropped out in the Champions League and all the teams that have finished second in the groups go into some sort of pot.
So United play Juventus Barcelona, or Barca, or who else was it? There was another big team
club.
I remember who dropped out. But okay, so potentially, or you could get
Ajax.
Ajax from our group,
yeah.
So it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Liverpool through to the next round of Champions League.
Yes.
The round of 16, but they finished second. So they could get
behind Napoli. Is that disappointing? I think so.
Yeah, they could get Bayern Munich. They could get Porto, which would be nice. I think that's probably the easiest.
No, but just to finish second in that group, I think Liverpool for last season, you'd expect them to be win all their games in that group.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely, because we're the best team in the world ever. So we
wouldn't say ever. You were the best. Well, you weren't even the best team in the world, really, because you didn't win anything last season other than what was it? The FA Cup and the Useless Cup. Yeah. So much for the quadruple. You ended up pretty flat at the end. That's probably what's affected. Well, you're going to count. You want to count it as a double by all means. But
two trophies more than United won last season. Probably 2 trophies more than United going to win this season. To be fair.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, what are you going to win this season?
Well, we're in all the cups at the moment.
You on for the quadruple?
Yeah, we're on for the quadruple. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Premier League, we've got about 3 nuts come off. So yeah, 1 wheel's hanging on with 1 nut.
Well, you haven't got Ollie at the wheel, so you'll be right. My battery's running out, but I'm still following this on Facebook. Thank you so much to everybody watching us on Facebook and listening in. We haven't got long to go. So very, very quickly then, you obviously, you're hoping for Pakistan winning the group.
Hoping for Pakistan, but The heart says Pakistan, the head says England.
Okay, and then the result this afternoon, or this evening even, United looks like they've lost. Have they lost, Ali? Give me a thumbs up if they lost. I didn't ask for a thumbs up and a smile. Just a thumbs up would have done. Got a massive
I was going to give
smile on his face.
a signal back. I realised we're on Facebook
You
Live.
are on Facebook Live, yeah. And then thoughts on the game tonight, Tottenham against
Look,
Liverpool.
Liverpool is a must-win for Liverpool. Must win.
Yeah, he sounded like JB Carragher there. Look, Liverpool must win.
It's a must win. It's a must win.
I think they'll do it. I think they raised their game against. Mind you, I think
they did it.
I
City,
think
yeah.
they're going to win every game they play. So
No, they do. You're right. They raised their games against City. A bit like Pakistan. When you're playing the bigger teams, you raise the games, and when they play the other teams, they play as good or as bad as they do.
yeah.
So, and that's a problem in itself. United had that, for the big games, even under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We played well, did double over City. What was the point?
There is absolutely no point.
Yeah,
honestly,
I mean,
that.
all I heard from the Liverpool fans, we beat City.
There's no point.
There's no point.
We lost to
I
Forest
heard
and Leeds.
for the past 20 years, it's like
10
we beat
seconds.
United. Now it's we beat City, we
Right.
beat City.
We are all out of time, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Inshallah, we'll be back